it was a tough environment. Men were not, at that time in the Navy, were not embracing women at sea. And so she was, like many NOAA Corps officers that I've talked to, the only woman on her ship. And at that time, on this ship, it was a daily endeavor of sexual harassment incidents for her. And so you just can imagine the environment there. It was so severe that her commanding officer, upon returning from deployment, was court-martialed. So it was a rough go. Karen had a 5-year service obligation, and they allowed her to leave at 3 because of what she went through. And so I had not known her then, but there is a picture on the right of Karen now. There was a museum, and there you see her predecessor, an old Mark V Navy diver uniform, and that's the community she came from, a pretty tough one. And she's in a better place, and ultimately we made good out of it because I never would have met her if she didn't leave the Navy. She decided to follow her first love, which was oceanography, and we met at graduate school at Scripps Institution of Oceanography. And so it certainly worked out for me, but it wasn't an easy path for her. But it was at Scripps that we came together to become aware of some great things, if you wouldn't mind. So, anybody's seen this movie, we were brought to the attention of these superheroes, I call them, in oceanography, ocean things, aquatic, marine science, of women who just pioneered amazing things. It's like you had recognized previously Kathy Sullivan, first woman astronaut, or first woman to walk in space, former administrator of NOAA, Undersecretary of Commerce for Oceans and Atmosphere, a true pioneer, a role model for me and so many women that have followed her. Sylvia Earle, I need no explanation there, what she's done in the community and paving the way there. Dr. McNutt, we will celebrate her today, rightly so, for what you've done. And Helen Brohl, 30 years ago, forming this organization. So we have some true superheroes, and it was at Scripps with Karen that I started to become aware of them. And it's great tonight that we can celebrate them. And there's another one I should mention. Go ahead, please. And I learned this trying and kind of researching my brief. Does anybody know Cindy? Dr. You, of course, do, Marcia. So Cindy, when I read her story, I was researching this. I was just shocked because she was the first and only female pilot of a deep submersible, the Alvin, and she was a pioneer in discovering the deep sea benthic communities along the vents. And she had to break through an incredibly type A male-dominated community of these engineers, pilots, and scientists of the like of Robert Ballard, who I know well, and that was no easy feat. But she did it with courage and with authority of knowledge, and then she was good, and that's why she was able to do it. And I have not met her. I hope I meet her soon because I am just amazed with her story. Her story is like so many before her. And so we've had these pioneers. We've had these pioneers in NOAA, please, and there's so many. Does anybody know? Did anybody know Nancy Foster? I wish I did. I come to the organization new. When I read about what she has done in NOAA and breaking ground and pioneering opportunities for women, it's just really inspiring. She sadly has passed away, but she was able to. She was deputy at our fisheries. She was the assistant administrator in the Ocean Service. She was awarded a presidential rank award, and really just inspiring what she was able to do. And so I come in, and so much so that you see the ship on the right, on the left, was named after her because of what she did. So she is just rightly celebrated, and I know it's inspired many, probably in this room, certainly me. Now, what's great though at NOAA is that we have many pioneers still pushing forward. In the middle of this slide, it was a recognition event that I had the honor of giving my second weekend, the Administrator Awards, and that is NOAA Corps Officer Lieutenant Commander Wendy Lewis. Wendy was on the Hill in the Senate Committee for Commerce, and she was able to work with the team there in a challenging environment to pass the NOAA law for the Act on sexual harassment and assault prevention and response. And that was passed this year, and I am very happy and enthusiastically supporting and pursuing implementation of that act at NOAA right now. So she's a leader and a pioneer. I have kind of framed on the left and right some of our Deputy Assistant Administrators. Co Barrett is in our Office of Ocean and Atmospheric Research. Are you here, Co? I think you were going to come and you couldn't make it. Co is terrific. Dr. Nicole, or Miss Nicole, pardon me. Brett, where are you, Nicole? I know you're here. LaBeouf, sorry. A little bit of a mix there. I missed the slide. Sorry, Nicole. Anyways, what's so awesome about Nicole and Co is my first weekend I attended a Diversity and Inclusion Summit, and you and Co chaired this great panel where I was just so inspired. I came from the Navy where a lot of our diversity inclusion kind of work always felt forced, because most of the stuff you do in the Navy you do because you're ordered to do it. But at NOAA, everybody was enthusiastically volunteering to participate like you did with Co, and I was just truly inspired by your remarks. So thank you for that. So, yeah. Sorry about the slide. But at any rate, the team at NOAA, we have many terrific women advancing their contributions in marine science and aquatic-related things, and I'm just thrilled to be to represent them and be on their team. So let me conclude. One more. So if you look on the left, on the right there, those are my three little water bugs: Laurel, Aspen, Cedar, 17, 11, and 8. And we're at, if anybody's sailed to Chesapeake Bay, we're near Sharks Island Light. This is my 19-foot bayliner. They're my shipmates. I love them to death. And you know, I want to thank you all. I want to thank everybody in WAN for what you've done, because you're paving the way to allow them to do whatever they want, pursue whatever path they want in these marine and aquatic fields, which they so love, like Karen and I, and we'll let them follow in our wake. So thank you all very much.